How many hearts have you broken with those great big beautiful eyes? Those great big beautiful eyes that tell such beautiful lies.
How many times have you kissed somebody like you kissed me then? I don't.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all ships at sea. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you an important message from the Prepared Mind Network.
Well, happy Monday to you. Do you get it yet? In the world of SHTF, do you get it? It's continuing to develop, folks. It's not like there was a playbook that they handed us and they're like, yeah, we're on page 7 and everything's going along swimmingly well. It's actually, I don't know what page we're on, but there's a lot of pages. There's a lot of shit, and it's going swimmingly well if you are the radical, anti-America, anti-freedom, anti-life scumbags. But, folks, as swimmingly well as it may be going for these SHTF mongrels, there is a lot of resistance. And that is heartening. For example, Norway, Sweden, I think Denmark have said, you know what? No more. No more mandates on the Jim Jones juice. No more lockdowns, no more masks, none of that, right? They're pulling back and saying, that's enough of this shit. And it shows me, folks, where the epicenter of the drive is. Not the source of the epicenter, which could be coming from China or could be coming from aristocracy. But the epicenter of where the push is at is in the United States of America. Now, someone might argue, well, John, down in Australia, they're actually much harsher. You know, there the police are beating people, if not beating people to death, locking them in camps, locking them down, taking away all their liberties. New Zealand, you can't even have a bucket of fried chicken. Oh, that's contraband food. Now, I know that they are very harsh down there, but I think the big push is in the United States of America. This is the epicenter. This is where the real fight's going to be, because America is supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. But I want to ask you the question, are you getting it? Are you seeing that they're not going to give up, even though the pushback is happening? The New World Order, Illuminati, scumbags, I don't think are going to let go of America. They may have gotten further in Australia and they'd be losing big time. They may be losing big time in Scandinavia, but I don't think they're happy. Their real goal here, folks, the real goal is to bring down the United States of America. That is their real goal. You bring down the US, you take out Australia. You bring down the US and you take out all of Europe, including Scandinavia, because we are such a big block of the economic system, of the social dynamics around the concepts of liberty and freedom, and constitutional, that is, restricted government. Right? That the whole idea behind a constitution or a contract with the government is what defines that government. In our country, you take away the Constitution, there is no definition. You can call it what you want. And that's why they are pushing here CRT, critical race theory. That's why they're pushing LGB. Duh. They want us emasculated. That's why they're pushing folks to destroy our legal system, educational system, political system, economic system, name the system, and they're trying to destroy it. Now, we're gonna go over a couple little articles, and you can look at it for yourself and ask, is this enough? Do we get it yet? Right? So in Massachusetts, state troopers are resigning ahead of the deadline for the state's mandatory vaccine mandate. It's kind of funny, mandatory vaccine mandate. Little redundant? Yeah, it's a lot redundant, folks. Now, what's going on is these state troopers are like, you know what? I don't need this job. I value my life, my liberties, my freedom, my choices above my job. Hey, sounds like these guys actually have some personal integrity. Now, it didn't say thousands or even hundreds, it said dozens. But the idea is to remove those with virtue from places of political office, bureaucratic office, or government service jobs. That includes the military. They want to destroy it. You destroy the military, you've destroyed America. You destroy our social fabric, you've destroyed America. You destroy the education system, you have destroyed what makes America great. That is creating more Americans. Healthy, strong, young, intelligent Americans. That's what makes America great. I don't see these little communists playing video games in their basements as making America great, not even close. But let's take a look again now. Law enforcement, it's leaving blue cities. Dozens, hundreds, in small cases, folks, the entire police department's gone. I don't like this, but it shows what they're doing. They're trying to bring down America. Do you get it yet? They want to defund the police now, and that caused people to quit. They wanted to CRT police. That caused police to want to quit. And now they're doing the mandatory mandates. And that is causing people to quit. Overall, ultimately, what this does is create more unemployment. It causes more disillusion with the American experience. It weakens America. But it's going to be, America is a great nation. Many other nations are great as well. And I don't mean to detract from nations like, Sweden or Norway or France or Spain or Portugal or Australia. I don't mean to degrade them and say they're shit. America is becoming a shithole only because of liberal policies that are being enacted now. And it's everything. Like I said, it's educational, it's legal, it's military, it's commercial, or rather private industry. It's Wall Street. It's everything is just jacked up. The media, right? Everything is so left-leaning and left-pushed. It's off the fucking charts. Now, here we go. One more. Do you get it yet? This is where they want to take us. Weaken the military, communize the military, weaken the civilian structure, and cause conflict and chaos. With no real military and chaos in our country, who would our government call to help? Right? Not Ghostbusters, not going to call Ghostbusters. They don't really exist. They would call the UN. So I want to talk about George Soros. He is behind a bunch, folks, a bunch of NGOs, non-government organizations. Right, these groups, and a couple of them are, Center for American Progress and the Open Society Foundations. Does America need an open society? No, in America, you're free to be who you want to be. So why start an organization, fund it with millions of dollars, and call it the Open Society Foundation? Doesn't make a lick of sense, does it? We already have an open society. Be who you are, obey the law. Be who you want to be, but be American first and foremost. That is, a lover of liberty and freedom, individual rights, and restricted government. So yeah, open society. He's the opposite. He wants a closed society, one that they control and influence, and one that they can bring as many anti-Americans into, a la Afghanistan, Haitians, Mexicans, Central Americans, Africans, Middle Easterners, people from all over the world that are anti-America, un-American, and unwilling to become Americans. Open society, my ass. But what is it that they're saying? Right? The Open Society Foundation submitted a letter to the government, not to the media, not to a college. They sent this letter to a government, our government, and said, Free Press, a well-funded liberal group that aims to reshape the media, sent a letter to the FCC, the government, the federal government, the Federal Communications Commission. Folks, the FCC controls the airwaves, like radio, television, satellite communications, cellular phones. And the question is unfucking believable, but it tells us exactly where we're going. Still, I want more victories, yes, but where are we still going? In what direction are these scumbags driving us? Here's the question. Quote, Are we going to have to shoot Republicans to reclaim our democracy? End quote. Unfucking believable. Are we going to have to shoot Republicans to reclaim our democracy? This is a letter sent to the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, the federal government. And it was sent by a George Soros NGO. Two problems here, folks. I want to address the democracy issue first. To reclaim our democracy, folks, we have a Republican form of government that uses ideas of democracy about self-governance. That's what democracy means, self-governance. They're claiming they want self-governance, but they really don't. They want an autocracy. They want an elite oligarchy, that is a small group of powerful, wealthy, so-called intelligentsia to make all of our decisions. They don't want democracy. What they want is chaos. Do you get it yet? They want chaos. They want no police, no military, and they want chaos in the streets. They want to destroy our democracy, create chaos, and then make order out of chaos. That's what these fuckers want. And they even proffer the idea of, do we have to shoot Republicans to reclaim our democracy? How would shooting Republicans reclaim democracy? Well, they don't want democracy, but they do want the consequences of shooting Republicans. It's odd how their plan comes out when they start addressing, speaking, talking, writing speeches. What would happen if Democrats, folks, or rather super left-wing communists pushed by their fascist masters, these are all totalitarian socialist regimes, or those who want those style of regimes, if they start shooting Republicans, guess what? Republicans will shoot back. That will cause a great deal of chaos, because those same Republicans, after having to defend themselves because there's not enough police or there's not a National Guard there because it's been eviscerated. Folks, decimation is 1 in 10. 1 in 10 were killed by the Romans. They'd kill their own people if they failed to perform well. It's called decimation. We are seeing an evisceration. It is more than 1 in 10 is being removed, quitting, kicked out of the military, out of the police. They are disheartened, dissuaded, demoralized, and our systems of governance are being eviscerated by these leftists. It's not to reclaim democracy, it's to create the chaos they need. Are they going to have to shoot Republicans? That means veterans, Trump supporters, hardcore Republicans and conservatives, not rhinos, not wishy-washy, independent, middle-of-the-road people who are looking around to make sure they don't offend anybody. They start shooting Republicans, those Republicans that have to pull the guns out, blow the dust off, pop a magazine in there, and go to work. We have to fucking skin that smoke wagon. It's going to be a mess. And they, the left, are going to love it. While they sit in their ivory towers, behind their security fences and armed guards, on their vast plantations, they're going to be very happy to see this because they need chaos. Before that happens, they need to bring our systems down even further. They need people hungry. They need problems with our supply chain, food, fuel. They need problems with our infrastructure, water, power. They're going to need people more aggravated, more concerned, more afraid. Mandates, 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 lockdowns, pissing people off. They're going to need more of that before they finally flip the switch and turn the left loose and start shooting Republicans. They're telling us, folks, they're showing us how it works. When they open the squirt gun shooting gallery and we all get out our squirt guns and we have a big old party on the lawn, that is going to be what I would consider a major turning point into SHTF, Mad Max chaos, There'll be hot spots in many places. And of course, they're going to want to test this. Don't forget we have a beta test. The same way Australia has become extremely hardcore, where there's no guns. People don't have guns in Australia, not like they do in America. So they can test their systems of control, their heavy-handedness. Okay. Yes, police in Australia are using the heavy hand, booting people, breaking the hips of old women. Here in the United States, they know they need to destroy the police. Yeah, there's a lot that'll follow the orders, but they want to get rid of the good ones first. And they're doing it with CRT. They're doing it with defund the police demoralization. They're doing it with the mandates of the jab. They're doing it. They're getting rid of the good police, chasing them away. Folks, I know law enforcement that's like, you know what? I'm out of here. I quit. I resign soon. I'm done. I'm not playing their game. I'm going to take off, throw that damn star away, and become a private citizen, an American that is 100% on the right, not being asked to do anything bad, right? And it's coming, folks. Police are leaving law enforcement and going into other fields of endeavor. A Canadian cop that I know left law enforcement. He left it years and years ago. Way too much on his side, right? Because he just knew he's going to be ordered to do bad things. Are we going to have to shoot Republicans to reclaim our democracy? Asks a left-wing group that's funded by George Soros. Folks, we know who the fascists are. It's not us. We know who wants communism. It's not us. We know what a properly run Republican government, a Republican form of government, a republic, while it uses some democratic ideas to protect us from the tyranny of the majority. That's right, the tyranny of the majority, as well as the tyranny, in this case, actually of the minority. A very small group of wealthy, powerful people using a very small group of radical idiots seeks to throw our country into the toilet. And guess what? They're actually succeeding. They're winning this game right now, folks, if you want to call it a game. They're winning. They're ahead. They've got the power. They've got the ball. They're in position to score. What can I do? Not a thing. Do I recommend incite violence? No. Do I encourage it? Do I glamorize it? No. I just say it's going to happen. Get prepared, folks. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and a plan. That's what you can do. Once the balloon goes up, and like I said, everyone's on their lawns with their squirt guns, it's going to be one heck of a pool party. And you need to be prepared for that moment in time, because stores aren't going to be open, not the way they are now. If they're open at all, there's probably going to be a lot of concern about safety and about hoarding. In fact, in England, folks, they're about out of gasoline. Everyone is filling their cars up and keeping them full, and it's creating a fuel shortage in England. People know and understand something wicked this way comes. Are you prepared? Hey, Semper Fi means always faithful. Don't give up hope. I'm letting you know that we're getting closer to kickoff. Right? Don't give up hope. Semper Fi. Godspeed to you and chance favors. The prepared mind is yours.